Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into XRP. Once again, thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So, just there, there's either a massive opportunity or there's not. And it really is that simple, okay? And I wish I could tell you conclusively 100% what it is. And I can't because no one can, okay? No one can say with an absolute certainty that it's going to do this, that and the other. Like I've always said to you, it's a game of support and resistance right now, okay? But historically, I want to reassure you that XRP is doing something here that has historically been an amazing opportunity. But at the time, it's never felt like opportunity, and this is why I'll say to you, opportunity never feels like opportunity. Now, it is equally doing something else here, which is quite concerning. I'll always show you what I see, but I don't necessarily want to encourage people to catch a falling knife if we are in this sort of whopping massive downtrend. This is why I do encourage that, I do try and show you what I see, but I do kind of push the narrative that you've got to wait for the structure to play out, you've got to wait for the key levels of resistance to be broken, and I do keep you updated as to what those are. Once you break them, you're confirming that the low from which you've came is a low and potentially the bottom of a correction, basically, or a bear market, whatever you want to call it. So right now, for me, XRP, historically, whenever you've done this, it's always been an amazing entry point. So, this blue line is a 10 EMA on the weekly time frame. You can see at the moment it's key resistance. Like I said to you, rallying to resistance, you get in your back test of resistance, which you'll get, and you'll start to come back. And if you can hold the support, the low from which you came, and start to break out, you start to create beautiful reversal patterns and structure down here at the bottom. Okay. Now, obviously, there's always the chance that you run into resistance and you continue. But like I've always said to you, bulls make money, bears make money, and piss gets slaughtered. For me, at this point here, people were expecting to continue, calling for 18 cents, 10 cents and things like that. But I said to you, you've got to slow down. Your EMAs are going vertical. You've got huge gaps, which you still have between the 55 and the 20, in my opinion. Okay, so you don't usually see these go too vertical to the downside. You do start to see them going vertical to the upside because of the parabola. Okay, but when it's going down, you don't necessarily always see it going vertical. It does tend to slow down. If you remember at this point, you were going vertical, and I said to you, you've got to slow down. Okay, think about entering here because the RSI is in the floor. Always a really good opportunity to buy more. We're getting a lot of indicators down there that were saying that XRP had bottomed. Okay, so I'm looking for the confirmation of that particular bottom right now. And obviously, what we're doing, we're running to the 10 EMA and we're drawing back down to this bottom, but we've not lost it yet. And like I said to you, if you do start to lose it, come to the charts, drop your fib from the high to the low, and you'll see your next impulsive wave target. It really is that simple. Okay, but in my opinion, even if you do start to do that, you're getting really overextended again. And like I said to you, greed. Okay, greed. It never goes in the direction of the side of the market that where everyone anticipates it to keep going. For example, here going vertical, the EMA is going vertical, you're coming in, and you did. Okay, but anyway, that's a different story. But what I want to show you right now, that opportunity never feels like opportunity. There's two things happening here. One's really good, and the other one's not so good, okay, because it's making history. So if we take a look at the 10 EMA here, piercing the low end of the Gaussian channel. Now this is a Gaussian channel. You can get it into your charts. It's a free indicator. Go to indicators and type in Gaussian channel with DW in brackets. Okay, so if we take a look at the historical data here, and like I said to you, this is a data driven channel. We try to adhere to data. Okay, and like I said to you, when we was coming up here, data was telling us we were going to come in, and no one believed me. Okay, and after meeting the data point target on the absolute cent just there, and that's what won my channel a lot of notoriety and see my sub count explode. Okay, and at this point I said to you, if you're coming for an ABC and you start to come up, fantastic, but we didn't. We've come in for an ABC zigzag, not necessarily an ABC correction just here down to lows where we come up and make another impulsive break. We've come back down in a large ABC correction because, like I said to you, at this point here, when we start to come back up here, this is usually the blow off top, the mania phase of a bull run. So for me, XRP is just already rearing its head that you're not in that previous cycle that you've been in for the altcoins. Okay, and I've gone through this with you today for Bitcoin. So at the minute we're still retracing to this low, so you could still say this is a correction back down to this low. If it loses it, you've got a whopping bear market on your hands, haven't you? And a certain indicator here that's doing something could be a warning sign to that. But let me show you what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so whenever historically this blue line has pierced the low channel, okay, the low end channel of the Gaussian channel, which is this green and red thing here, this resistance and support, whenever you lose it and this pierces it, at that point wherever the low was, okay, it's always been a fantastic entry point. It's never felt like it, but it has, for a huge impulsive move, a retracement to the high. So if we take a look at XRP here, you can see historically it's only ever done it 3 times before, but each time it did did it was always indication of a bottom and an impulsive move, at least into the medium line of the Gaussian. So if we take a look at this, we pierced the channel just there, okay, in that bottom in 2015, and at that point we start to come back up. After creating this bottom here, we start to come back up and pierced it and ran into the resistance of the median line of the Gaussian channel, where we came back and we sort of consolidated, went sideways before the explosive breakout just there in that previous cycle, okay. So that's one time that XRP did it, and at that point it wouldn't have felt like opportunity there as well. It would have felt like you're sort of continuing and rolling into this multi-year bear market as well. But let's take a look at the RSI. The RSI was down there in the floor, pretty much where you've just been down there, oversold basically. Like I said to you, when the RSI is in the floor, always think about buying more. So just there, you can see that when we come down in this bear market, which was 2018 into 2000, when was this? 2018, yeah, all the way down to 2020. You know, this sort of depreciating bear market here. Awful, horrible time for XRP. And I remember this really well. You know, you can see ramping up into the median line of the Gaussian. When you lose it, you come down. But in this instance here, let's take a look at this. So this was the second time that XRP did this. So you can see it came down, and it would never have felt like opportunity here, but it was, because at this point, when you got the confirmation break of the daily, the weekly 10 EMA on the Gaussian channel piercing it like that, it was opportunity to ride an impulsive wave or retracement into the median line of the Gaussian. Okay, so that's twice that it's done it. Okay, do you see that? But then at this point, you start to retrace to this low, and then we got the unforeseeable black swan event here of 2020. So you can see it did it again. Look at that, the 10 pierced the Gaussian channel just there, okay, boom, opportunity. Don't you wish you could go back there, okay, and ride that impulsive wave back up? Now you can see here you ramped up and you had actually pierced the low end of the Gaussian just there, and then the medium, and you ran it to the top of the Gaussian channel just there, where you got that huge sell-off, okay. So you can see that historically, that whenever we've pierced the Gaussian through the 10 EMA on the weekly time frame, it's always been opportunity to ride a wave back up to the medium line. It's never not rode a resistance or a retracement up to the medium line of the Gaussian channel. But you can see in this instance, if XRP does this here, you are looking, let me show you right now, you are looking at a price tag of around about 51 cents, which is the resistance that I'm telling you about here for XRP, okay? Is it that? Let me show you Gaussian channel, 051, no, 079. The low end of the channel is 051, so that's a key level resistance going forward, but you can see that the medium line is around about 079. Now, like I said to you, if we start to see XRP coming up and breaking this level of resistance just there, this previous low from last summer, if we do start to see that for XRP, that's a massive go statement, because you're breaking that downtrend just there, okay, to get back above that. Do you understand? So, you know, anything's possible. All I'm doing is showing you that historically, 3 times before, whenever we've pierced the low end of the channel with the 10 EMA on the weekly time frame, it's always been opportunity for a ramp up. Now, obviously, this time is slightly different. We've got the macro outlook and things like that, you know, which is putting a lot of pressure on the markets. You know, not an idiot can see that, but this is just charting, it's technical analysis. But equally with that, we are actually doing something here, and this is the concerning thing. That I'll always show you what I see. We're actually doing something there we have not actually ever done for XRP, and we started to do it on Bitcoin as well on the monthly time frame, I think it is. Now on the weekly, we've started to see the 55 piercing the lower channel of the Gaussian, which is quite concerning. Okay, these are the concerning things that I see that I'll always show you. So right now, the concerning thing here, aside from this being opportunity and fantastic and all that, you know, the concerning thing is the 20 EMA, the weekly 20 EMA is actually piercing the Gaussian channel, which it's never ever done, okay? So is it a confluencing factor that the fact that this is doing it as well as this, that we've got a maximum opportunity, you know, it's rearing its head, that's saying, wow, what an opportunity? Or is it the fact that, you know, this is key resistance right now, and this is your sort of multi-year, horrible, nasty, heinous bear market that's sort of rearing its head, you know, and we're getting the warning signs for that. I wish I could tell you that conclusively what I think it is, you know, but at the minute, historical data, you know, or what it actually is, that's what I'm trying to say to you. But historical data tells us that whenever the 10, not the 20, getting muddled up, whenever the 10, which is a blue line, pierces the lower channel of the Gaussian channel, it's opportunity, but it never feels like it. Okay, we've done it 3 times, and as I've said to you, look, the 20 has never lost to Gaussian. It's never ever lost to Gaussian. Okay, it's always repelled it, but right now we are losing the Gaussian on the 20. So is that a major warning shot, you know, that we do need to pay attention to? Well, you know, it could be invalidated if we do start to see this and we start to come up and ramp up into the medium line and get through this, like I said to you, you start to attack that medium line, which historically, you know, whenever Bitcoin XRP, sorry, on the 10 has lost the medium line, lost the Gaussian channel. I'm really muddled today, I'm tired, it's Sunday really early, I do apologise if I'm rambling on, but whenever the 10 has lost the lower channel of the weekly Gaussian channel right there, it's never not ramped up to the median line of the Gaussian. It's always done it every single time. And you can see if it does it again, our target is 79 cents, isn't it? Which is basically breaking out of this channel that we're in. And like I said to you, if we start to see that break of that channel, that's an extremely bullish statement from XRP going forward. So, you know, let's keep an eye on this, because like I said to you, what we do need to see is the break here, hold support, come back up. You know, the precursor to this sort of breakout into the medium line could be if we start to get back above that 20 EMA on the weekly time frame right there, and we start to break back into the Gaussian channel, start to come up, we start to see something like that. You know, that's all systems go. And like I said to you, if you don't necessarily want to catch a falling knife or perfectly time the bottom, just wait for that particular scenario to play out where we start to create that bullish reversal structure right there, because that would indicate that you're looking at another impulsive wave, and it would kind of give confirmation to the fact that we've got this 1, this potential 2, and right now we're looking at a massive ramp up 3. Okay, so, you know, I wish everyone the utmost luck, and I wish I could tell you 100% what it's going to do, but I can't. It's all about support and resistance. But we have got a very bullish signal just there. Okay, even though it doesn't feel bullish, it actually indicates it is bullish, but we've got a concerning signal just there with a 20 pips in the Gaussian that we've never seen before. Okay, take care everyone, hope you enjoyed that update, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling on and not making sense. It's a bit early on a Sunday morning. Take care, bye bye.